What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is the Humble Lecter, and today we got another pair of 2-packs over here, the Spider-Man Homecoming Ned and Peter Parker set. So I'm super excited about this, and again, this is one of the figures that I was thinking whether to get when it first released. But being, of course, a big fan of the MCU Spider-Man, I just had to have these two to complete my collection here. So with today's video, what we're going to do is, of course, unbox this, check out the articulations or the accessories, and of course, see how do they compare with the other figures. So let's get right into that. Alright, so let's check out the packaging over here. And again, as we can see, this is what we used to get from last time, like the Civil War, like, you know, the open box where you can just see the figures inside. Nowadays, we're just given like this kind of thing. Yes, you have your artwork, but sometimes it just doesn't represent what's really inside, which of course can be very disappointing for a lot of people. Of course, this one here, I did order it from One Toy, My Toy, and all these other things. So, you know, you will have some dented stuff on the sides. It's a little bit crushed in, but again, with this type of boxes, I don't really care because, you know, it's not really worth collecting compared to, you know, the older ones. And this is what you're gonna get, the product image and preview of what accessories you're gonna get. On the sides here, you do have your logo on the Spider-Man Homecoming with his homemade suit, and of course the two figures here. And again, this one was a slightly bent. So now let's check out what's inside the box. Alright, and of course, looking at these two figures side by side with each other, it looks really, really nice. I mean, again, looking at each of them, they look very cool. And I'm going to compare this next to the MJ figure, which I've gotten as well. And that was also one of the reasons why I managed to get this 2-pack. And I wanted to get this 2-pack is because I got the MJ and I was thinking like, you know what, I can just complete the whole Trinity over here. And I decided to get this. Alright, so in terms of accessories, starting with Ned here, we do have 2 hits and also a backpack. So pretty limited, but I do like that Spider-Man face-wearing Ned mask. And now going on to Peter Parker, we have 2 hits over here, which I would say looks alright. I know I've seen in a lot of photos, they didn't look really okay, especially the smiley face, but over here it looks alright. And we do have 2 sets of hands, one of the close-fisted and one of the whole book holding hands, and also we have a backpack as well. And as you can see here, it's a pretty slim backpack compared to Ned's one. So let's have a closer look at Peter Parker over here. And I gotta say, his face looks really, really nice. You have a nice sculpting to it, and the face tech technology on this, I gotta say, it looks really, really awesome. You do have that nice hair on the sides here, and it does have the, I mean, the expression isn't the best, I think, for a lot of people. I see a lot of people selling this head one here with this body. They kept the other head right on this one, which I'm going to show you here. I think this one looks more, I mean, it looks more neutral and it looks more accurate compared to how Tom Holland is. I think they had a very, very job well done. You do have the cheeks where he has a very strong cheekbone, and I think it shows over here. Yes, this one isn't that very expressive, but in terms of accuracy, I think this is done really, really well. Nice head sculpts as well. The hair looks really, really awesome. And yes, overall, a nice, excellent figure in terms of the head. And it follows here a little bit. I know they want to add a bit more expression to it, but it looks a little bit off. And I'm going to show you here with the other head sculpt that I've gotten with the Spider-Man No Way Home set. And here is it, and it looks alright as well. It looks pretty accurate for its time, and again, it looks quite awesome. But the thing is, you can't really put it on this Peter Parker figure because of the color change. So I'm going to show you guys what I actually mean. So if you put it in here, it doesn't really fit all the way in. So you can see, like here, what I mean is that the neck looks really long, very thick, and the color change there, you can see there's a little bit of different color tone. So you can't really use the previous Peter Parker head on this new Peter Parker figure, which of course is very, very disappointing. And I'm going to just put the other one in just to let you guys have a look. For some reason, the Peter Parker here has a very thick neck, maybe from all the swinging he does. So this is how it actually looks, really, really awesome. And then going on to the body here, this one, they give you the kind of a hinge mechanism, and then you do have a lot more stuff going in. You have the shirt tucked in on the bottom, so really, really awesome. The pants as well looks pretty simple. The nice shoes on the bottom, so all looking good. It's not that easy to stand, but it does get the job done. And on the back here, you do have your pockets. You have a nice backpack, which I don't know, maybe I'll use it for my Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 1 figure, which I think is really, really awesome. And overall, it just looks really, really nice. And going on to Ned over here. So I was thinking whether I should put in the Peter Parker, the Spider-Man face mask on this, but then this one here, I won't go on to the details. Again, this looks pretty accurate, I would say. Very, very nice head sculpt. And in terms of the likeness, again, I think Hasbro has done a really good job coming out here. And again, very nice head sculpts, very nice details, as you can see from the top, really cool. And going on the shirt, sad thing here is that you can't really open the shirt. It's all really just one piece, and then you have nice details here. You have the pockets, the skin tones as well, looks pretty accurate. The pants, I do like they have a nice wash to it, so it does give it a more student kind of look. And the nice shoes as well, you know, they have nice gray shoes. And going on to the back, you do have this one here, the backpack, which of course is pretty similar. I think it's actually the same size as with the Peter Parker, so you don't have to worry about it. And you can just interchange with all of them. And then if we go on to the face mask, the Spider-Man mask here, again, it looks like a normal Spider-Man mask. It's just that, of course, it's a bit bigger, a bit fatter, no problems whatsoever. And it's really awesome they have added into this net figure that we have here. Alright, and of course, talking about the articulation on this, the Peter Parker can tilt the head upwards this much and also downwards this much, which I think is a lot because he has to be still Spider-Man. In terms of the arms here, you can stretch out this much on both sides. You can twist it all the way you want on both sides with that hinge, no problem whatsoever. It does have your bicep swivel, so, and also you do have the arms here, the double jointed arms, which can stretch all the way back like this. Really, really awesome. It looks very, very weird. And in terms of the hands here, you have that hinge and you can twist it all around as you want. In terms of the torso, what we have here is a pretty interesting part. You can just turn it all around side by side like that, gives it a lot of flexibility. You can't turn it on the waist here, which is a bit of a bummer, but you can do that on the top. Going on to the legs, you can spread out this much. Yes, Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And then you can also have your upper thigh swivel and also your double jointed knees. So this is how it looks like. So if you just kind of stretch it all the way back with the backpack, it's a bit limited, but this is how much motion you're gonna get. And if you go all the way forward, this is the maximum you're gonna get. So really not that much without that proper torso hinge. And then if you go on to the bottom here, we do have the feet, your ankle pivot, and also you can just go up, hinge up and down. Not too much, I would say, not too much, because it's hindered by the pants, and that's the problem with most of the street clothes. And going on to Ned over here, in terms of the articulation, you can tilt the head upwards this much, and it can go down this much as well, so not too bad. And going on to the hands, you can go on very tight here, just reach it all the way here on both sides. So this is the maximum it can go. You can just turn it all around. You don't really have a bicep swivel on this. You do have your arm joints here, no double jointed arms, so you can only go like this. Okay, and then you can of course twist your hands over here and you can go up and down. You do have a nice wristwatch. In terms of torso, there isn't any movement as we can see from here. Pretty disappointing, but you can a little bit tilt left and right on the waist. And going on to the thighs, you do have an upper thigh swivel, and amazingly you do have double jointed knees. You can bend all the way this much. And going on to the pivot on the ankles here, you can just twist it side by side and go up and down as well. So looking at both of these figures, they do stand in at about the 6-inch mark on both sides. And yes, I had to put them on a wider stance because it is very, very hard to make them stand. I'm going to see them with other figures as well. And here is it next to the other MCU Spider-Man figures. And one thing that you have to notice about this is that if you try this, it doesn't fit because it's just really, really loose on this. I mean, it looks alright. You can put like some blue tack on it to make it stand. It actually looks pretty awesome compared to if you put the other hit on this. But overall, as you can see, it's a little bit shorter, and I feel it's a little bit smaller compared to this Peter Parker over here, which is a bit of a bummer. But I think for most of the people, maybe he's wearing different shoes, you know. So I think just gotta give some leeway to that. But overall, all them, 3 of them, and all 4 of them, including Ned, do look pretty awesome. Here we have the trinity of the Spider-Man MCU figures, and again, all 3 of them look really, really cool. I know Zendaya is a little bit taller compared to Tom Holland in the movies, but over here it's about the same height, which is a bit of a bummer. But I do like that we do have finally all 3 of them side by side with each other. We can just post them and, you know, just put them in my display cabinet over here, which I'm of course really, really happy about. So there we have it with this 2-pack over here, Ned Leeds and Peter Parker. And overall, I would give this a nice 7.5 out of 10. I mean, it isn't the best figures to get. And of course, I feel like just Hasbro was coming out with this for, of course, satisfying the MCU fans. And I do know that some people do not collect MCU figures anyway. But for those who do, and those who like Spider-Man, who love Spider-Man, you just want to get the whole set, I think this is really, really cool. We have already had the MJ and Spider-Man 2 set. Now we have it with Peter Parker and Ned as well. So it really makes it very, very cool. Especially for me, I just bought this because I just want to make all 3 of them stand out. If I didn't have this MJ figure, I probably wouldn't get the set anyway. But the fact that I did have one, it just made sense for me to complete this whole set. So yes, these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Do leave yours in the comments section down below. If you guys did enjoy this video, do click the like and smash the subscribe button down below for more videos like this in the future. So that is it. This is the Hummer Lecter. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.